Some of you walked in here today complaining about traffic. Some of you are upset because your coffee was not hot enough. Some of you are frustrated because your boss sent you an email you did not like. But let me ask you something real simple. Do you know how many people did not wake up this morning? Do you know how many families are planning funerals right now while you are sitting here breathing, blinking, and being ungrateful? You opened your eyes today. Your lungs are filled with air without you even trying. Your heart kept beating while you were asleep. You did not do anything to earn that. That was a gift, and gifts are not supposed to be ignored. I want you to think about this for a second. Your heart beats about 100,000 times a day, 100,000 times, and you do not have to think about it. You do not have to remind yourself to keep going. You do not have to set an alarm to make sure it does its job. It just works. While you were sleeping last night, dreaming about whatever you were dreaming about, your body was working overtime to keep you alive. Your cells were regenerating. Your blood was flowing. Your organs were functioning all without your permission or participation. That is not luck. That is not a coincidence. That is a blessing beyond measure. Some of you have been so focused on what is wrong in your life that you forgot to acknowledge what is right. You forgot that waking up is not guaranteed. You forgot that there are people in hospitals right now fighting just to see another sunrise. There are people on life support whose families are praying for one more day, one more hour, one more chance to say goodbye. And here you are with a fully functioning body, a working mind, and the freedom to go wherever you want to go. And you are complaining about minor inconveniences. That does not make any sense to me. I need you to understand something very important. The fact that you are sitting here right now reading these words, processing these thoughts, means you are still in the game. You are still on the field. You still have a shot. There are billions of people who have lived on this earth who no longer have that opportunity. They would trade everything to have what you have right now. And what do you have? You have this moment. You have breath. You have life. And that is more valuable than any amount of money, success, or fame. So I am asking you from the bottom of my heart to stop taking your mornings for granted. Stop rolling out of bed like it is a burden. Stop looking at each day like it is just another day, because it is not just another day. It is a gift that millions of people were not given. It is an opportunity that someone else was denied. Every single morning you wake up, you are receiving something precious, something sacred, something that cannot be bought, earned, or negotiated, life itself. And when you start to see your mornings that way, everything changes. Your attitude changes, your energy changes, the way you treat people changes, the way you approach your work changes. You stop going through the motions and you start living with intention. You stop sleepwalking through your existence and you start walking with purpose because you realize that this day, this very day, is not promised. It is a privilege, and privileges should never be wasted. Here is the problem with us as human beings. We get comfortable. We get used to waking up. We get used to having another chance. And when you get used to something, you stop appreciating it. You start treating your days like they are guaranteed, like you have a contract for tomorrow. But I am here to tell you that there is no contract. There is no agreement. No promise says you will be here next week, next month, or even tonight. So why are you living like you got all the time in the world? Every single morning when you open your eyes, you are being handed a blank canvas, 24 hours of pure potential, 24 hours of opportunity, 24 hours to create, to build, to love, to grow, to change, to impact. But what do most people do with that canvas? They waste it. They fill it with complaints. They fill it with excuses. They fill it with distractions. They scroll through their phones for hours. They watch television shows that add nothing to their lives. They gossip about people who are not even thinking about them. And then they wonder why their lives are not changing. Think about this for a moment. If someone gave you $86, $400 every single morning and told you that whatever you did not use would be taken away at midnight, what would you do? You would spend every single dollar wisely. You would not let a penny go to waste. You would maximize every opportunity to use that money for something meaningful. Well, that is exactly what happens with time. You get 86, 400 seconds every single day, and at midnight, whatever you did not use is gone forever. You cannot save it. You cannot store it. You cannot get it back. It just disappears. The saddest thing I see is people who are alive but not really living. They are breathing but not experiencing. They are existing but not thriving. They go through the same routine every single day without any passion, without any excitement, without any gratitude. They wake up, go to work, come home, watch television, go to sleep, and repeat. And they do this for years, decades, an entire lifetime, and then one day they look back and realize they never really lived at all. They just survive, and surviving is not the same as living. I refuse to let that be my story. And I am challenging you right now to refuse to let that be your story too. Every day you are given as a chance to write a new chapter. Every morning is an opportunity to start fresh. It does not matter what happened yesterday. It does not matter what mistakes you made. It does not matter how badly you failed. When that sun comes up, you get a reset. You get a do-over. You get another shot at making your life what you want it to be. But only if you recognize the gift and use it wisely. So, starting today, I want you to treat every 24 hours like the treasure it is. I want you to wake up with intention. I want you to have a plan for your day. I want you to do at least one thing that moves you closer to your goals. I want you to say at least one thing that matters to someone you love. I want you to make at least one moment count. Because when you start stacking meaningful days on top of each other, you start building a meaningful life. And that is what this whole journey is about. Let me tell you something about gratitude. It is not just some feel-good word you put on a coffee mug. Gratitude is a weapon. It is a mindset. It is a way of living that separates the people who find joy from the people who stay miserable. When you wake up grateful, you cannot stay angry. When you wake up thankful, you cannot stay bitter. When you start your morning by counting your blessings instead of counting your problems, everything shifts. Your attitude shifts. Your energy shifts. The way people respond to you shifts. Gratitude changes the game. I have studied successful people for decades. I have talked to millionaires, billionaires, celebrities, athletes, entrepreneurs, and leaders from all walks of life. And you know what the common thread is among all of them. It is not talent. It is not luck. It is not connections. It is gratitude. Every single successful person I have ever met has a deep sense of appreciation for what they have. They do not focus on what is missing. They focus on what is present. They do not complain about obstacles. They give thanks for opportunities, and that mindset creates a magnetic energy that attracts more success. When you are grateful, you become attractive to blessings. I know that might sound strange, but it is the truth. There is something about a grateful heart that opens doors. There is something about a thankful spirit that draws people toward you. Nobody wants to help someone who is constantly complaining. Nobody wants to bless someone who never appreciates anything. But when you show genuine gratitude, when you express authentic appreciation, people want to give you more. Opportunities want to find you. Good things want to flow into your life. Let me tell you what happens when you lack gratitude. You become blind to your blessings. You could have 1,000 things going right in your life, but you will only see the one thing going wrong. You could have people who love you deeply, but you will focus on the one person who does not. You could have a roof over your head, food in your refrigerator, clothes on your back, and money in your pocket, but you will obsess over what you do not have yet. Ingratitude is a form of blindness. It robs you of the ability to see the good that already exists in your world. I want you to try something starting tomorrow morning. Before you get out of bed, before your feet hit the floor, I want you to name 5 things you are grateful for. And I do not want you to just list them in your head. I want you to feel them. I want you to really sit with the appreciation. Think about your health and how your body carries you through each day. Think about the people who love you and how they show up for you. Think about the opportunities you have that others only dream about. Let that gratitude sink deep into your soul before you start your day. What you will notice is that your entire day will be different. You will handle stress differently. You will respond to challenges differently. You will interact with people differently because you started from a place of abundance instead of scarcity. You started from a place of appreciation instead of lack. You started from a place of thankfulness instead of resentment. Gratitude is not just a nice thing to do. It is a strategic way to position yourself for a better life. The more you practice it, the easier it becomes. It starts as something you have to consciously do, something you have to remind yourself to feel. But over time, it becomes automatic. It becomes your default setting. It becomes the lens through which you see everything. And when gratitude becomes your natural state, you will find that happiness is no longer something you chase. It is something you carry with you everywhere you go. Some of you walk around here thinking the world owes you something. You think that because you went to school, you deserve success. You think that because you work hard, you deserve recognition. You think that because you are a good person, you deserve good things. But let me break this down for you real quick. The world does not owe you anything, not a thing. Nobody is required to give you opportunities. Nobody is required to celebrate you. Nobody is required to make your life easy. So when something good happens, when somebody helps you, when a door opens, you'd better fall on your knees and say thank you, because it did not have to happen that way. Entitlement is one of the most dangerous attitudes you can carry. It makes you ungrateful. It makes you complacent. It makes you bitter when things do not go your way. And worst of all, it blinds you to the blessings you are receiving because you feel like you deserve them anyway. When you expect everything, you appreciate nothing. When you demand everything, you celebrate nothing. When you assume everything should come to you, you miss the miracle of it actually arriving. I meet young people all the time who think success is supposed to fall from the sky. They think that because they showed up, they should be promoted. They think that because they graduated, they should be paid well. They think that because they exist, they should be given opportunities. But that is not how life works. Life does not reward entitlement. Life rewards effort. Life rewards gratitude. Life rewards humility. Life rewards people who recognize that everything they have is a gift that could be taken away at any moment. Think about the job you have right now. There were probably hundreds, maybe thousands of people who applied for that same position, but you got it. Out of all those qualified candidates, someone chose you. That is not something to take lightly. That is something to be deeply grateful for. And the same goes for your relationships, your health, your home, and your opportunities. None of it is guaranteed. None of it is owed to you. None of it is permanent. Everything you have is on loan from life. And the moment you forget that, you start to lose appreciation for it. I remember when I had nothing, and I mean nothing. I could not take anything for granted because I did not have anything to take for granted. Every meal felt like a blessing because I knew what it felt like to be hungry. Every bed felt like luxury because I knew what it felt like to sleep in my car. Every opportunity felt like a miracle because I knew what it felt like to be overlooked. Struggle has a way of teaching you gratitude that success sometimes forgets. But you should not have to lose everything to appreciate what you have. You should be able to look at your life right now with all its imperfections, with all its challenges, with all its frustrations, and still find reasons to be thankful. You should be able to recognize that even in your struggle, you have more than many people will ever have. You should be able to understand that your problems are someone else's prayers. What you are complaining about someone else is praying for. So I am asking you to drop the entitlement. Let go of the expectation that life should be easy or fair or kind to you, and instead embrace gratitude for whatever comes your way. When you stop expecting things and start appreciating things, your whole experience of life transforms. You become happier with less. You become more joyful with what you have. You become more content in your current season while still working toward the next one. The human mind has a dangerous tendency to focus on lack. We are wired to notice what is missing instead of what is present. We are programmed to see the gap between where we are and where we want to be, instead of appreciating how far we have already come, and this constant focus on lack creates a feeling of emptiness that no amount of success can fill. Because no matter how much you achieve, there will always be something more you do not have. If you do not learn to celebrate what you have now, you will never be satisfied. I see people every day who have more than 90% of the world population, but still feel poor. They have clean water, reliable electricity, access to health care, food whenever they want it, and technology that connects them to the entire planet. But they feel deprived because their neighbor has a nicer car. They feel inadequate because their coworker has a bigger house. They feel unsuccessful because someone their age has more followers on social media. And this comparison game robs them of the joy that is rightfully theirs. I am not saying you should not want more. I am not saying you should not have goals, dreams, and ambitions. You absolutely should. But while you are working toward more, you need to appreciate what you already have. While you are chasing your dreams, you need to recognize the blessings in your current reality. While you are climbing toward the top, you need to look around and see how far you have already climbed. Success without gratitude is hollow. Achievement without appreciation is empty. You can have everything you ever wanted and still feel like you have nothing if you do not learn to celebrate along the way. Start today, right now. Look around your life and find something to celebrate. Maybe it is your health. Maybe it is your family. Maybe it is your job. Maybe it is a friend who has been there for you. Maybe it is as simple as the roof over your head or the phone in your hand. Whatever it is, take a moment to acknowledge it. Take a moment to appreciate it. Take a moment to say thank you for it. Because the moment you start celebrating what you have, you create space for more blessings to flow into your life. The happiest people in the world are not the people who have the most. They are the people who appreciate what they have. I have met miserable millionaires and joyful janitors. I have met depressed celebrities and content construction workers. Money and status do not determine happiness. Gratitude does. Perspective does. The ability to look at your life and find reasons to smile does. And that ability is a choice you can make right now regardless of your circumstances. Whatever you are going through right now, it is temporary. I do not care how dark it looks. I do not care how hard it feels. I do not care how long has been going on. It is not permanent. You are just in a season, and seasons change. But while you are in that season, do not let your problems become bigger than your purpose. Do not let your struggles become bigger than your faith. Do not let your circumstances become bigger than your potential. You are greater than anything you are facing right now. You just forgot. The human mind has a way of magnifying problems. We take a small issue and blow it up until it fills our entire field of vision. We take a temporary setback and treat it like a permanent defeat. We take a single failure and let it define our entire identity. But the reality is that most of the things we worry about never even happen, and the things that do happen are rarely as catastrophic as we imagine they would be. We give our problems power they do not deserve. Think back to 5 years ago. Think about the thing that was stressing you out the most at that time. The thing that kept you up at night. The thing you thought would destroy you. Where is that problem now? Chances are you barely remember it. Chances are it resolved itself in ways you never expected. Chances are you made it through just fine, and the same will be true for whatever you are facing right now. 5 years from now, this moment will be a distant memory. This struggle will be a story you tell. This pain will be a lesson you learned. I am not minimizing your struggles. I know some of you are going through real things, serious things, things that hurt deeply and cut to the core of who you are. But I am telling you that you are stronger than you think. You have survived 100% of your worst days so far. Every single time you thought you could not make it, you did. Every single time you thought it was over, you found a way. You are still here. You are still standing. You are still fighting. That is proof that you have what it takes to get through this too. The key is to keep your problems in perspective. Yes, you have challenges, but you also have blessings. Yes, things are hard right now, but they have been hard before and you made it through. Yes, you are struggling. But struggle is not the end of your story. It is just a chapter, and every good story has conflict before the resolution. Every hero faces obstacles before victory. Your struggle is not a sign that you are failing. It is a sign that you are in the process of growing. One of the greatest shifts you can make is to stop asking why this is happening to me and start asking what this is teaching me. When you change the question, you change your entire perspective. Suddenly, your problems become classrooms instead of prisons. Your challenges become teachers instead of tormentors. Your pain becomes purposeful instead of pointless. There is a lesson in everything you are going through. And when you find that lesson, you unlock the power to move forward. So take a deep breath. Remind yourself that this season will pass. Remind yourself that your circumstances do not define you. Remind yourself that tough times do not last, but tough people do. Your problems are real, but they are not bigger than you. They are not bigger than your faith. They are not bigger than your future. You are going to make it through this. And when you do, you are going to look back and be grateful for the strength it built in you. Listen to me very carefully. You can lose money and make it back. You can lose a job and find another one. You can lose a relationship and find real love later, but you cannot lose time and get it back. Every second that passes is gone forever. Every minute you spend complaining is a minute you could have spent creating. Every hour you waste on negativity is an hour you could have invested in your future. Time is not just money. Time is life, and you are spending yours like you have an unlimited supply. You do not. Here is what most people do not understand. You are not just spending time, you are trading it. Every moment you give to one thing is a moment you take away from everything else. When you spend 2 hours scrolling through social media, you are trading those hours. You are giving them up in exchange for content that will be forgotten by tomorrow. When you spend your evening watching television shows that add nothing to your life, you are trading those hours. You are exchanging them for temporary entertainment that disappears the moment you turn off the screen. But when you spend time on things that matter, you are investing. When you spend time learning new skills, you are investing in your future earning potential. When you spend time with your family, you are investing in relationships that will sustain you. When you spend time working on your dreams, you are investing in a legacy that will outlive you. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is not intelligence or talent or luck. It is how they spend their time. Successful people invest. Unsuccessful people waste. I want you to think about your average day from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. How are you spending those hours? How many of them are intentional? How many of them are purposeful? How many of them are moving you toward where you want to be? If you are honest with yourself, you will probably find that a significant portion of your day is being wasted on things that do not matter, things that do not contribute to your growth, things that do not align with your goals, things that do not bring you closer to your dreams. It is time to reclaim your time. It is time to be intentional about how you spend your hours. It is time to audit your daily routine and eliminate the activities that are stealing your potential. Every morning you wake up, you are given a deposit of time. What you do with that deposit determines the quality of your life. Invest it wisely. Spend it intentionally. Guard it jealously, because once it is gone forever. And here is the most sobering truth of all. You do not know how much time you have left. You could have 50 more years or 50 more days. You could have decades remaining or just hours. None of us knows when our clock will stop. So why would you gamble with something so precious? Why would you waste something so valuable? Why would you treat like it is abundant when it is actually the scarcest resource you possess? Wake up. Pay attention and start spending your time as it matters, because it does. Some of you have people in your life right now who would do anything for you. You have a mother who calls you every day just to hear your voice and you get annoyed. You have a father who still worries about you even though you are grown and you take it for granted. You have a spouse who supports your dreams even when they do not make sense, and you forget to say thank you. You have friends who show up when nobody else does, and you act like that is normal. It is not normal. Love is rare. Loyalty is rare. Support is rare. So when you have it, hold on to it tight and let those people know they matter. I have watched too many people lose loved ones and then fall apart with regret. They did not call enough. They did not visit enough. They did not say, "I love you" enough. They were too busy chasing success to prioritize relationships. They were too focused on their careers to notice the people standing beside them. And then one day, those people are gone, and all the success in the world cannot bring them back. All the money in the world cannot buy one more conversation. All the achievements in the world cannot replace one more hug. Your relationships are your real wealth. The people who love you unconditionally, who support you relentlessly, who believe in you when you do not believe in yourself, those are your treasures. Those are your riches. Those are the assets that no market crash can devalue, and no recession can steal. And yet so many of us treat those relationships carelessly. We cancel plans. We forget birthdays. We respond to text days late. We take for granted that these people will always be there, but they will not always be there. Nobody lives forever, and by the time you realize how much they meant to you, it might be too late. Do not make the same mistake. Do not wait until someone has gone to appreciate them. Call your parents today. Hug your children today. Tell your spouse you love them today. Reach out to that friend you have been meaning to contact today. Life is too short and too unpredictable to put love on hold. The people in your life are not interruptions to your success. They are the very reason success matters in the first place. What good is reaching the top if you have nobody to share it with? What good is achieving your dreams if the people who believed in you are not there to celebrate? Start treating the people who love you like the blessings they are. Stop being annoyed by their calls. Stop being frustrated by their concern. Stop taking their presence for granted. Every person who genuinely loves you is a rare gift. Most people will go through life with only a handful of real relationships. A handful of people who truly care. A handful of souls who will be there in the darkest moments. If you have those people, you are wealthier than you know. And remember, love is not just something you feel. It is something you demonstrate. It is not enough to say you care. You have to show it. It is not enough to claim you appreciate someone. You have to prove it through your actions. Make time for the people who matter. Show up when they need you. Be present when you are with them. Put away your phone and look them in the eyes. Listen to their stories. Celebrate their victories. Comfort them in their pain. Because at the end of your life, you will not remember how many deals you closed or how much money you made. You will remember the moments you shared with the people you loved. I do not care how much money you have in the bank. If your health is gone, what good is that money going to do you? You cannot enjoy success from a hospital bed. You cannot enjoy your dreams if your body gives out on you. Take care of yourself. Stop eating like you hate your body. Stop neglecting sleep like rest is for weak people. Stop ignoring warning signs 'cause you think you are invincible. You are not invincible. You are human, and humans break down when they do not take care of themselves. Your body is the only one you get. Treat it like the blessing it is. I have seen it happen too many times. Successful people who achieved everything they wanted but destroyed their health in the process. They worked 100-hour weeks. They survived on fast food and coffee. They skipped doctor appointments. They ignored chest pain, headaches, and fatigue. And then one day, their body sent them a bill they could not pay. A heart attack, a stroke, a diagnosis that changed everything suddenly. All the money they worked so hard for went to medical bills. All the success they sacrificed for became meaningless in the face of mortality. Your body is trying to communicate with you every single day. It tells you when it needs rest. It tells you when it needs nourishment. It tells you when something is wrong. But most of us have become experts at ignoring those signals. We push through the exhaustion. We medicate the symptoms. We tell ourselves we will rest when we are successful. We promise ourselves we will take care of our health when we have more time. But that day never comes because there is always more work to do. There is always another goal to chase. There is always another reason to postpone self-care. Let me tell you something that might save your life. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot give your best when you are running on fumes. You cannot serve your family, build your business, or chase your dreams if your body breaks down. Taking care of your health is not selfish. It is strategic, is the foundation upon which everything else is built. Without your health, nothing else matters. All the money, all the fame, all the success in the world become worthless if you are not alive and well enough to enjoy it. Start making different choices today. Choose water over soda. Choose vegetables over processed foods. Choose a walk over sitting on the couch. Choose sleep over late-night television. Choose regular checkups over hoping for the best. These small choices compound over time. They add up. They either build you up or break you down, and the direction you go depends entirely on the daily decisions you make about how you treat your body. And it is not just about physical health. Your mental health matters too. Your emotional well-being matters. The stress you carry, the anxiety you ignore, the depression you hide. These things take a toll on your entire system. Take care of your mind the same way you would take care of your body. Seek help when you need it. Talk to someone when things get heavy. Permit yourself to rest, to heal, to recover. There is no shame in prioritizing your mental health. In fact, it takes tremendous strength to admit when you are struggling. Your health is the ultimate blessing. It is the one thing. I know some of you have failed. I know some of you have been rejected, overlooked, and counted out. But let me tell you what I have learned from my own failures. Every single one of them taught me something I needed to know. Every closed door pushed me toward the right one. Every person who said no made room for the person who would say yes. You cannot see it now, but your setbacks are not punishments. They are preparing. They are building something in you that success alone could never build. So do not be bitter about your past. Be grateful for the lessons. The problem is that when you are in the middle of the struggle, you cannot see the bigger picture. You can only see the pain. You can only feel the disappointment. You can only experience the frustration of things not going your way. But if you could zoom out, if you could see your life from a higher perspective, you would understand that everything is connected. The failures you are experiencing now are preparing you for the success you will have later. The challenges you are facing now are building the character you will need then. Think about the strongest people you know. The ones who seem unshakable. The ones who handle adversity with grace and resilience. Those people did not become that way by having easy lives. They became that way by surviving hard things. They became that way by going through fire and coming out refined. Their struggles created their strength. Their setbacks developed their character. Their failures forged their fortitude. If they had never experienced difficulty, they would never have become who they are today. The same is true for you. The hard things you are going through right now are not destroying you. They are developing you. They are not breaking you. They are building you. They are not the end of your story. They are just a challenging chapter in a much longer book. And when you finally see how everything comes together, you will be grateful for the struggles. You will be thankful for the setbacks. You will understand that you needed to go through what you went through to become who you were meant to become. So change your perspective on failure. Stop seeing it as a sign of weakness and start seeing it as a sign of courage. Only people who try can fail. Only people who take risks can be rejected. Only people who pursue big dreams can face big disappointments. Your failures are proof that you are in the arena. They are evidence that you are swinging. They are confirmation that you are going after something meaningful, and that alone is worth celebrating. From this day forward, I want you to embrace your setbacks as setups. I want you to look at every closed door as a redirection toward the right one. I want you to view every failure as a lesson that is preparing you for future success. The struggle is part of the journey. The pain is part of the process. And if you can hold on long enough, if you can keep believing long enough, if you can keep pushing long enough, you will see that everything you went through was working together for your good. Too many people are putting their lives on hold, waiting for things to be perfect. I will be happy when I get the promotion. I will relax when I pay off my debt. I will enjoy life when the kids are grown. I will chase my dreams when the timing is right. Listen, the timing will never be perfect. Conditions will never be ideal. There will always be a reason to wait. But waiting is just another word for wasting. Start now. Live now. Appreciate now. Because now is all you are guaranteed. I wasted years of my life waiting for perfect conditions. I told myself I would start my business when I had enough money saved. I told myself I would pursue my dreams when I had more time. I told myself I would take risks when the circumstances were more favorable. But guess what? The money was never enough, the time was never available, the circumstances were never favorable, and while I was waiting for perfection, life was passing me by. Opportunities were disappearing, dreams were fading, and I was standing still in the name of preparation. The truth is there will never be a perfect time to do anything meaningful. There will never be a perfect time to start a business, write a book, launch a project, or pursue a dream. There will always be obstacles. There will always be challenges. There will always be reasons to delay. But the people who achieve great things are not the ones who wait for perfect conditions. They are the ones who start with imperfect conditions and figure it out along the way. They are the ones who take messy action rather than waiting for clean opportunities. Look at where you are right now. Think about the things you have been putting off, the dreams you have been delaying, the goals you have been postponing. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for more money? You can start with what you have. Are you waiting for more time? You can find time if you eliminate distractions. Are you waiting for more courage? Courage does not come before action. It comes from taking action despite your fear. Whatever you are waiting for, you need to stop waiting and start doing. Life rewards action, not intention. The universe does not respond to what you are planning to do. It responds to what you are actually doing. You can have the best ideas in the world, but if you never act on them, they are worthless. You can have the greatest potential in the world, but if you never activate it, it remains dormant. Your dreams require movement. Your goals require steps. Your visions require effort, and that effort has to start somewhere. Even if the conditions are not perfect, I have learned that imperfect action beats perfect in action every single time. A messy start is better than a polished delay. A clumsy first step is better than standing still waiting for certainty. The people who succeed are not the ones who figured it all out before they started. They are the ones who started before they figured it all out. They learned as they went. They adjusted as they moved. They improved as they progressed. But the key is that they started. They took action. They refused to let imperfect conditions be an excuse for inaction. So whatever you have been waiting to do, start today. Whatever dream you have been postponing, pursue it today. Whatever goal you've been delaying, take one step toward it today. Do not wait for the stars to align. Do not wait for everything to fall into place. Do not wait for the perfect moment that may never come. The perfect moment is now. The perfect time is today. The perfect condition is whatever condition you are currently in. Use it, maximize it, make it work, because waiting is a luxury you cannot afford when life is this short and uncertain. How you start your morning matters more than you think. If you wake up complaining, you are going to attract things to complain about. If you wake up stressed, you are going to find more stress waiting for you. But if you wake up grateful, if you wake up expectant, if you wake up believing that something good is going to happen, you position yourself to receive it. Your thoughts are powerful. Your words are powerful. What you speak over your day has a way of showing up in your day. So speak life, speak hope, speak blessing, and watch how things begin to change. The first few minutes of your morning set the trajectory for the entire day. What you think about when you first open your eyes creates a mental framework that influences everything that follows. If you grab your phone immediately and start scrolling through negative news and stressful emails, you are programming your mind for anxiety. If you wake up and immediately start worrying about problems and challenges, you are programming your mind for fear. But if you wake up and intentionally focus on gratitude, possibility, and hope, you are programming your mind for success. I used to wake up and immediately start thinking about everything that could go wrong. All the meetings I dreaded, all the tasks I did not want to do, all the problems are waiting for me, and guess what happened? Those would dominate my entire day. But when I changed my morning routine, when I started waking up with intentional thoughts of gratitude and expectation, my days transformed. I started noticing opportunities I had missed before. I started experiencing joy that I had overlooked before. I started attracting positive outcomes that I had blocked before. Your attitude is like a magnet. It attracts things that match its frequency. A positive attitude attracts positive experiences. A negative attitude attracts negative experiences. This is not magical thinking. This is a practical reality. When you are positive, you are more alert to opportunities. You are more open to connections. You are more receptive to blessings. When you are negative, you are closed off. You are defensive. You are blind to the good that is trying to reach you. Your attitude literally shapes what you can see and what you can receive. Create a morning routine that sets you up for success. Before you check your phone, before you look at emails, before you engage with the world, take a few moments to center yourself. Express gratitude for another day. Set intentions for what you want to experience. Visualize positive outcomes. Speak affirmations over your life. Pray if that is part of your practice. Meditate if that works for you. Do whatever you need to do to calibrate your mind toward positivity before you face the challenges of the day. The most successful people I know guard the mornings fiercely. They do not let the world in until they prepared themselves to handle it. They do not check their phones until they have checked in with themselves. They understand that winning the day starts with winning the morning, and they are intentional about creating mental and emotional conditions that support the life they want to live. Stop looking at other people and feeling like you are behind. Stop scrolling through social media and feeling like you are not enough. Stop measuring your chapter 3 against someone else's chapter 20. You have no idea what that person went through to get where they are. You have no idea what they sacrificed, what they lost, or what they are still dealing with behind closed doors. Your journey is your journey. Your timeline is your timeline. Comparing yourself to others does nothing but rob you of the joy you should be feeling about your own progress. Stay in your lane and run your race. Comparison is one of the most destructive habits you can develop. It takes the focus off your own blessings and puts it on someone else's achievements. It makes you feel inadequate even when you are doing well. It steals your gratitude and replaces it with envy. And the worst part is that comparison is almost always based on incomplete information. You are comparing your reality to someone else's highlight reel. You are measuring your behind the scenes against their public performance. It is an unfair and inaccurate comparison that will always leave you feeling lacking. Social media has made this problem infinitely worse. You can scroll through your feed and see hundreds of people who appear to be doing better than you. Better vacations, better bodies, better relationships, better careers. But what you are seeing is curated content. It is filtered and edited and carefully selected to present the best possible image. You are not seeing the struggles. You are not seeing the failures. You are not seeing the pain and doubt and fear that exist behind those perfect pictures. I had to learn to stop comparing myself to others because it was destroying my peace. Every time I looked at someone who had more than me, I felt like a failure. Every time I saw someone achieving faster than I felt like I was falling behind. But then I realized something important. My journey is not supposed to look like anyone else's journey. My timeline is not supposed to match anyone else's timeline. God gave me a unique path with unique challenges and unique timing. Comparing my path to someone else's path makes as much sense as comparing a fish to a bird. Your only competition is who you were yesterday. The only person you should be trying to outperform is your past self. The only progress that matters is the progress you are making on your own journey. Are you better today than you were a year ago? Are you wiser than you were 5 years ago? Are you stronger than you were a decade ago? Those are the only comparisons that matter. Everything else is a distraction designed to steal your joy. When you focus on your own growth instead of comparing yourself to others, something magical happens. You start to appreciate your own journey. You start to see how far you have come. You start to recognize the blessings that are unique to your life. You stop feeling like you are in a race with everyone else and start feeling like you are on a path that was designed specifically for you. And that brings peace and contentment that comparison can never provide. From this day forward, I want you to commit to staying in your own lane. I want you to celebrate your own wins, no matter how small they might seem. I want you to appreciate your own progress, even if it looks different from everyone else. I want you to reject the temptation to measure yourself against other people. Run your own race at your own pace and trust that you are exactly where you are supposed to be in your journey. Let me ask you a question. Do you know why you are here? Not just on this earth, but specifically why you were created. What gift do you have that the world needs? What passion burns inside you that will not go away no matter how hard you try to ignore it? That thing, that pull, that desire, that is your purpose. And when you are walking in your purpose, every day feels like a blessing because you know you are doing what you were put here to do. Stop running from it. Stop making excuses. Step into your calling and watch how everything starts to make sense. There is something inside you that the world needs. There is a gift that only you can give. There is a contribution that only you can make. And until you discover and deploy that gift, there will always be a sense of emptiness in your life. You can achieve success by the world's standards. You can have money, fame, and recognition. But if you are not living in your purpose, none of it will satisfy you. Purpose is what gives life meaning. Purpose is what makes every day feel significant. Purpose is what transforms existence into living. Finding your purpose is not always easy. It requires self-reflection. It requires honesty. It requires the courage to admit what really makes you come alive. Some of you know your purpose, but you are scared to pursue it. Some of you feel the pull, but you are afraid of what people will think. Some of you have dreams that seem too big or too unconventional or too risky. But let me tell you something. The safest thing you can do is follow your purpose. The riskiest thing you can do is ignore it. Because a life spent outside of purpose is a life wasted. Your purpose is connected to your pain. Often the things you have struggled with most deeply become the foundation for your calling. The wounds you have healed from become the medicine you offer to others. The battles you have fought become the expertise you share with those who are still fighting. Look at your pain. Look at your passion. Look at where those two things intersect. That is often where your purpose lies. And once you find your purpose, pursue it with everything you have. Do not hold back. Do not play small. Do not let fear or doubt or other people's opinions keep you from stepping fully into your calling. The world needs what you have to offer. People are waiting for the gift only you can give. Some lives will be changed by the contribution only you can make. You owe it to yourself and to them to stop playing small and start living large. When you live with purpose, gratitude becomes automatic. You wake up thankful because you know why you are here. You go to bed fulfilled because you know your day meant something. You face challenges with courage because you know they are part of the journey. Purpose transforms everything. It turns ordinary days into extraordinary opportunities. It turns mundane tasks into meaningful contributions. It turns a regular life into a legacy. Find your purpose and watch how grateful you become for every single day. None of us knows when our time is up. None of us knows which day will be our final day. So why would you waste even one of them being ungrateful, being angry, being resentful, being small? If this were your last day on earth, would you spend it the way you are spending today? Would you call the people you love? Would you forgive the people who hurt you? Would you finally take that chance you have been afraid to take? Would you stop playing small and start living big? Do not wait until it is too late to realize what you had. Appreciate it now, celebrate it now, live it now. I have been to too many funerals where I heard people say they wish they had more time. They wish they had told someone they loved them. They wish they had forgiven an old grudge. They wish they had taken that trip, started that business, written that book, made that call. But their time ran out before their wishes were fulfilled. And the saddest part is that most of them thought they had more time. Most of them assumed they would get to those things eventually, but eventually never came. We live under the illusion that we have unlimited time. We push things off to tomorrow without any guarantee that tomorrow will come. We delay joy and purpose and connection, assuming we can always experience them later. But later is a lie we tell ourselves to justify present inaction. Later is the excuse we use to avoid the discomfort of change. Later is the thief that steals the life we should be living right now. What if today were your last day? Really sit with that question. If you knew for certain that you would not see tomorrow, how would you spend the next 24 hours? Would you waste them on things that do not matter? Would you spend them worrying about what other people think? Would you use them to hold on to grudges and bitterness and regret? Or would you fill them with love, with connection, with meaning, with purpose? The answer to that question reveals how you should be living every single day, because any day could be your last day. You do not get a warning. You do not get a countdown clock. The end comes when it comes, and it rarely comes when we expect it. So the only logical response is to live each day as if it could be your final chapter, to make each day count, to fill each day with the things that truly matter. Stop postponing happiness. Stop delaying forgiveness. Stop putting off the conversations you need to have and the risks you need to take. Stop waiting for a better time that may never arrive. The time is now. The moment is now. The day is now. Whatever you have been planning to do someday, start doing it today. Whatever you have been meaning to say to someone, say it today. Whatever changes you have been wanting to make them today. You woke up this morning with another opportunity, another blank page, another chance to get it right. Do not take that for granted. Do not sleepwalk through your blessings. Open your eyes, open your heart, and thank God for giving you one more day to become who you are meant to be. This day is a gift. Treat it like one. This moment is precious. Handle it with care. This life is a blessing. Appreciate it fully because you never know if you will get another chance to do so.